Good morning, science friends. It's Miss Heather, and it is Friday today. I didn't get a chance to tape the video yesterday, so I apologize. But I do have great activities that go with 3 goats. Do you know that story? The 3 billy goats gruff? Well, again, just like Rapunzel, this story is a little bit different than the traditional story you already know. In that story, we normally see 3 goats and the troll who lives under the bridge. So we're going to be making some bridges today and designing them as very low bridges and very tall bridges, because in our country we have some very, very high bridges. Sometimes they go over other roads underneath, and sometimes they go over a stream or a river or a big body of water. Have you ever been through a bridge where you were way up high and you could see the water and the boats underneath? Yeah, we're gonna make some different kinds of bridges today. I have a fun game that I'm gonna show you, and maybe it's something you wanna add to your Christmas list. It's with the 3 pigs and lots of thinking, so I need your thinking caps on to help me. We also are going to put together our billy goat gruff mask, and you can choose if it's going to be the baby goat, the middle-sized goat, or the big brother goat. And I have already colored and cut mine apart. So you'll want to have your scissors for some coloring, some crayons for coloring and some scissors for cutting on the lines. And I will show you the parts when we get to that. For making some bridges, I have different foam blocks that I brought. I have my cups to use. I have popsicle sticks, and I had this neat piece of cardboard. This was in, I don't even know, it was in a box of something that I bought, and I thought that would make a really good bridge because it's cardboard, it's heavier than construction paper, so I saved it. So maybe you have a piece of cardboard that you would like to cut out to help with your bridge making today. And then I brought over 3 animals. I didn't have 3 goats, but I had 3 different size animals. I have a cow and a sheep, and then maybe a little, this might be a goat, I'm not sure, but I have 3 different sizes, a big brother, a middle size, and a little one. And we're gonna be reading a fun story. So let's start with our story. Are you ready? So in our story, there still are the 3 goats, the big goat, the middle-sized goat, and the little baby goat. And it's called the 3 Billy Goats Fluff. Have you heard 3 Billy Goats Fluff before? I had not, so I had to add it to my collection at school. 3 Billy Goats Fluff. Trip trap, trip trap. That's what their feet sound like as they're going over the bridge. I'll need your help with that. Can you make that sound? Trip trap, trip trap, trip trap. How was he supposed to sleep? Mr. Troll buried his head in his pillow and groaned. Oh, so Troll is grumpy and angry because he needs some sleep. Do you get grumpy and angry when you don't have enough sleep? I know I do. It's one of the feelings that God gave us, and that's okay. He looked back at the newspaper advertisement. So he's reading the newspaper, and it says, Troll Paradise. Fine riverside apartment with slimy toads and running Beetlejuice. It's a bargain. Great pad for sale. So this must have been what he saw in the newspaper advertising where he wanted to go and live. How could he have fallen for it? What the advertisement had not said was noisy. Look at all those big uppercase, bright, dark letters, noisy. Underneath the only bridge from the Rocky Mountain to the lush green fields, a room with a trashy view. That's how he feels it really is. His home is not the best environment for sleeping. On the mountain, next to Mr. Troll's bridge, lived the 3 Billy Goats Fluff. They loved to eat the lush green grass in the field by the bridge. It made their fleece, their fur, that's what the fur is called on a goat, their fleece, extra fluffy. This was important for Mother Goat's knitting business. This is a spin on the story. Mother Goat is in here and she has a knitting business. So here are the fluffy goats eating the lush grass, And here is Mother Goat in their very lovely home, knitting for her knitting business. Fluffy stuff for sale, says the sign. The three billy goats, Fluff, cross the bridge two times a day. But this morning, Mr. Troll had a surprise for them. Here they are. And I love that they're all sporting. They're all wearing Mother Fluff's scarves. So the three goats are coming to the bridge, and here's what Mr. Troll's sign says. No trip-trapping over my bridge. Trip-trappers will be eaten. Oh, dear. From Mr. Troll. At least he warned them. Little Billy Goat Fluff had not learned to read yet, so he set off as usual. Here he is, so happy. He's got his nice ski cap on for Mama. He just put one hoof on the bridge when Mr. Troll leaped out. I'm a troll with a very sore head, so stop trip-trapping over my bed. When I'm tired and feeling blue, there's nothing quite like little goat stew. Little Billy Goat was very scared, and he scampered back all the way to Mother Goat. Yeah, Mr. Troll does not look friendly, does he? Next came Middle-sized Goat. Middle-sized Billy Goat Fluff. His hooves were louder. Why were his hooves louder than Little Billy Goat Fluff? That's a good I wonder question. Can you solve that? His trip-trapping hooves were louder. Mr. Troll leaped out again, and he said, I'm a troll in a very bad mood. Waking me up is terribly rude. Middle-sized Goat makes a lovely roast or tasty pâté upon some toast. Middle-sized Billy Goat Fluff raced back to Big Billy Goat Fluff. They were both too scared to cross the bridge. We're telling our mom on you, they shouted over their shoulders. Mother Goat listened to her billy goats, and she thought about Mr. Troll. She knew what it was like to live without any sleep. Little Billy Goat, he woke her up still every night, so she understood Mr. Troll being so grumpy without any sleep. Mama Goat was going to try to solve this problem for the troll. That night, as she sat knitting booties, so here's all of her baby goats sleeping with an eye mask and books that they've read, and here's baby Billy Goat Fluff doing somersaults in his bed. So that night, as she sat knitting in her chair, knitting some of the booties from the finest Billy Goat Fluff, Mother Goat had an idea. What do you think her idea is? She's happily knitting. She's knitting some booties, and she has an idea to make the troll happier. I wonder what it could be. Do you have ideas? Share them with somebody that's watching the video with you. What is Mother Goat going to do or suggest to do? Let's find out. The next day, Mr. Troll was waiting for them with his angry eyebrows. Look at his eyes. I'm a troll who's really cross. It's time to show you that I'm the boss. When I'm tired, I need to eat goat and fries. Those are my favorite treats. French fries and goats? Oh dear. Big Billy Goat trembled as he handed Mr. Troll a present and a note from Mama Goat. If you can hear us trip-trap by, then you can make 3 Billy Goat pie. But if we're quiet as tiny mice, you must stop being grumpy and start being nice. Oh, so Mother Goat wrote him a note, and the note said, if they're loud, okay, you can have some goat pie. But if they're very, very quiet, then you need to be nice. Do you think angry troll listen to Mother Goat's note? Little Billy Goat Fluff was the first to try out Mother Goat's plan. Here's the plan. Do you see? What is little Billy Goat Fluff wearing? Booties, little knit socks. Will they make him quiet? Was this a good plan? He shakily put on the hand-knitted booties. They were so fluffy. Bright yellow, his favorite color. Slowly, he stepped out onto the bridge. Mr. Troll listened from his bedroom. Nothing. He heard nothing. It was quiet. The booties worked. Middle-sized Billy Goat Fluff. Now remember, his trip trap was louder because he's middle-sized. He's a little bit bigger than baby Billy Goat. He put on his 4 exceedingly fluffy booties that were pink. Pink. Middle-sized Billy Goat was a real softie and loved pink. Carefully, he stepped out onto the bridge. Mr. Troll had his ear pressed up against the roof of the bridge. He couldn't hear anything. Not a single thing. Oh, look at his face now. Oh, does he still look angry? Finally, it was Big Billy Goat Fluff's turn. His booties had taken most of the night to knit because he's the biggest. With 4 huge pom-poms on his hooves, Big Billy Goat stepped onto the bridge. Mr. Troll strained his ears. Silence! At last! How had they done it? Did Mama's plan work? Mr. Troll came out from under the bridge. Look at his face now. He came out from under the bridge. He looked at the 3 Billy Goats Fluff happily munching on the grass in the field. He looked at his present from Mother Goat and opened it. Mother Goat had made him some earmuffs and a cuddly blanket for sleeping with. Inside were the fluffiest earmuffs he had ever seen, wrapped inside one of Mother Goat's special blankets with a note. Dear Mr. Troll, we are very sorry for waking you up. We hope this gift helps you have your best sleep ever. Love, Mother Goat, and her 3 Billy Goats Fluff. What a nice note from Mother Goat. No wonder he's so happy. That night, Mr. Troll drank a hot mug of beetle juice, his favorite. He read his favorite bedtime story. He put on his big fluffy earmuffs and cuddled in to the soft green blanket. There he is with his beetle juice and his favorite book. And then his green fuzzy blanket with his earmuffs. For the first time in his new house, he slept and slept and slept. He dreamed of fluffy clouds, fluffy toads, fluffy Beetlejuice, and best of all, his new quiet friends. He had very pleasant dreams. His best friends, the 3 Billy Goats Fluff. And their sign says, "We love the troll." So now they're all friends. They found a way to live next to each other and to be friends. So I have all sorts of things for building a bridge. went ahead, and these were parts from a play set we have at school. They're foam blocks, but you can use any kind of blocks that you have at your house. And I thought this would be a really good way to build a bridge. It could be a wooden popsicle stick bridge. Careful not to let the goats fall through. Put them close together. And if you don't have any blocks, you could always use some of your cups from your science kit. Uh-oh, dear me. Some of your cups from your science kits to make a bridge. This one will be a long bridge, and it's very low. This one is a little bit higher, isn't it? Gotta get it so it will stand by itself, because we don't want the bridge falling over and dumping the goats into the stream with the troll. There's my 2 different bridges. One that's low and one that's tall. Sometimes there's even a double-decker bridge. When you go on big highways on a trip to visit grandma or to go over to St. Louis, they might have a double-decker bridge where some cars go under and some cars and trucks go on top, or even the trains. So let's see. This is a pretty tall bridge. Do you think my goats, we're pretending they're goats, will be able to trip-trop? It takes very good engineering and balancing skills. We've talked a lot about engineering and building things. Did we build sturdy bridges for our 3 goats? I think we did. And even underneath, and even way underneath. If they're friends with Troll, they can go trip-tropping down under the bridge with his house. So I'm going to leave that with you today to build some trip-trop 3 billy goats bridges with all the different things that you might have at your house, because it's always fun to design different things. Now I have our goat paper plate. And this middle part is going to be his head. This is his shaggy beard, because goats have a little bit of fur or hair underneath their chinny chin chins. So here's my head, and I colored and cut his beard. I did little snips across the bottom. So there's my goat. Goats have a nose and a mouth and eyes just like us. But there's some other parts. Goats also have horns, and they also have ears. So on our paper plate, if we look and we match them up, these are the ears, this little eye shape or oval, pointy oval, and that's another ear. And then this part along the bottom or the side, those are his horns, and you can cut them shorter if you want him to be a baby billy goat. I'm going to go ahead and start to glue mine together. Oh, I may have gotten my glue stick that doesn't have a lot of glue stick in it. I think I did. Let me see if I have another glue stick. Another glue stick. Let's see if this one will work. So I'm going to put a glue stick dot for his horn, and maybe I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now it's stuck. And then his other horn, oh, it didn't stick very long. I'll have to glue it stick it a longer time. Rub it a little bit so it really wants to stick on there. You might want to use some white glue from a white glue bottle. That might stick it better than a glue stick. And then he also has some very cute little ears. And his ears, I'm going to put kind of hanging down, because goats don't have standing up ears. They have hanging down ears. I'll put one on that side and one on this side. And there is my goat. Now this goat, I could make it into a puppet if I wanted to. I could take one of my popsicle sticks and glue it on the back so that he either goes this way or this way. I could also, once it's all dry, I could punch a hole in the top right here and put some string or ribbon or yarn, and then hang it around my neck so I could be one of the goats and retell the story. I think retelling stories is so much fun. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I love when my pre-K friends retell the story to somebody else. And maybe this would be a fun story for you to tell, because it has Mama Goat, and she knits socks and scarves and blankets and earmuffs. Fun things. All right, the last thing that I had to show you today, I'll put these things to the side. Can't wait to see what your puppets look like, is a game. And I think this would be a really good game to put on your Christmas wish list. It's called The Three Little Piggies Deluxe. And it's a problem-solving game. It's a game that you could play with mom and dad, or a brother or a sister, or a grandma. It comes with the picture book of the Three Little Pigs. I got it from Amazon, and it comes with a game board, and it comes with a problem-solving notebook. It has 3 pieces with 3 houses, a red house, a yellow house, and a brown house. And then, this is the fun part. It comes with the 3 little piggies and the big bad wolf. So 3 piggies and 1 wolf. Now, to play this, I have to open up the little notebook, and it gives me where I need to put a pig and a wolf. I'm not going to use all 3 pigs. It just says 1 pig for this one and 1 wolf. And I have to have my board in the same position that they have it over on the game card. So I look at this, and I'm going to look at here. I've laid it out just the same, and I'm going to put a pig up in this corner, and then count 2 spaces over. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's where my wolf is going to go. Well, you know what the big bad wolf says. Let me come in. And the little pig says, not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. So we need to cover up the pigs with the houses. Now the houses have some green grass growing. And the problem is going to be, we cover the pig. You don't have to cover the wolf. You have to fit them all on to our, we have to figure out how they can all fit. And this is kind of tricky, because you can't cover up the wolf, and you have to cover up the pig with a house, and it has to be on the game board. So problem solving, you have to really figure things out. You have to do a good job, because those 2 fit, but where can I put this one? That doesn't fit there. So I just keep moving them around and trying them out to see if I can get, oh, nope, that doesn't go there. Wow, my friends, this is something. This one, he covers up the wolf, and we want the wolf to be able to come out and say, let me come in. Well, lucky for us, you keep trying it, but on the back of this paper, on the page, when I turn it over, it shows me where to put the houses. So yes, the little pig is covered up with the yellow house, and the wolf is not covered. And then this red house fits here. And look, here's 3 in a row, and we can put the brown house at the bottom. So it's a really good problem-solving game. And they have all the pictures to get you started, and then they have the solution, or how to solve it, on the back. And I want to tell you that there are tons and tons of different, you can flip the game over. You can do this one, and then you can change it and do this one. This one just has the pigs. So this one's going to use 3 pigs. And if I set my game card up just like my picture, I have to put a pig down in this corner, no wolf for this one, and then I count over 1, 2, 1, 2, and put a pig, and then a pig underneath it. And then I use my same house pieces, and I have to try and cover them up to see if I can manage to figure out this little piggy down here. He needs a house. Will this fit? Will it fit to cover him? Oh, it does. So the red house and the brown house are neighbors, and the yellow house is down the street a little bit. Let's check. Because it will, oh, and this one, we covered them up. But let's figure out if we can do it that we don't cover them up. They want us to do this game without covering the piggies. So we have to put them that they are, oh, not that way. The piggies are not in their houses. They're running to their houses. So this is a game that you can play at your age, but you can also have brothers and sisters who are older play it with you. I love that. And it's a good grandma and grandpa game too, of trying to figure out where the piggy should go and where the wolf is going to go so that he does not blow their houses down. So that game is called The Three Little Piggies Deluxe, and I got it off of Amazon. So that is going to be a game that we will have in our pre-K classroom because I think that is loads of fun. And they have other games too. So if you like that one, there are other problem-solving games from the same company. So I hope you have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week. Next week, we're talking about another kind of thing that has problems. When you do something, there's always a reaction. When you have an action, there's a reaction. Cause and effect. We're going to talk about what that means and try it out with some good turkey stories coming up for Thanksgiving and some turkeys that have some very big problems. So I will see you again next week, friends. Have a great day. Bye.